All right, let's kick it back here, old school. Let's have some fun here. Who would win the fight? This is a good one for you. Who would win the fight? You ready for this one? In their prime, Steven Seagal or Van Damme? That's a good one for you.
Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal was he was in Japan teaching
Yeah.
Aikido. Tall white guy in Japan teaching Aikido, and they didn't like him, and they'd go up, knock on his door and call him out, and he'd come out and fight them.
But I heard he turned down a fight from Van Damme. There's this rumor they're at a club and Van Damme called him out. I don't know if that's true. I heard something.
That might be true, but that's just hype. You know, closed doors, nobody's there. Two of them against Van Damme's fast and everything else, but Seagal is he's got if he gets his hands on him, if you got his hands, like Van Damme's not gonna do those flying kicks. So if Steven Seagal gets his hands on him, touch that Aikido, that's breaking up his bones. That's it. That's it.
How would if you guys, some of the old school guys that are old enough to remember, Frank Dukes, how would he hold up in the UFC? You know what I mean? If he had a ground game. Remember Frank Dukes Bloodsport?
Yeah.
You guys remember? He's an over-the-top martial artist. Van Damme played him in a 1989 movie that's a classic. It's a lot of cheesy one-liners like, okay, USA, if you guys remember that movie.
Yeah.
How would Van, I know we're going off on a tangent, but I'm just having some fun here. How would Jean-Claude Van Damme, aka Frank Dukes, hold up in the UFC if he had learned a ground game? Because he had the death touch. You remember, like he used to break the bottom
bricks. Yeah.
He used to fight blindfolded. I mean, this guy was the pinnacle of what a cage fighter, but there's no cage in that fight, a blood sport fighter would be. So how would he hold up in the UFC, you think? He gets
That's a good question. Right? Okay. All right. Here we go. You know, when you aura of invincibility, right? When you're on a roll, you're on fire, and people know that you're on fire subliminally in their mind. They don't think they can beat you, so they can't beat you, type of thing.
Khabib and Gaethje is an example of that. I think Gaethje psyched himself out.
Yeah. That's what would happen. It'd be a subliminal thing where
this is Bruce Lee. This is Frank Dukes. This is like the legend, right? They might get a little intimidated, maybe.
They might be intimidated once they see what he can do with the coconuts. You know.
Or the tree where he chopped down the tree with the palm trees with his shin.
Who wants to fight that guy? Who wants to fight the guy that's wrestling with a bear? That type of thing. So if you can get to the point where you can show somebody something amazing, right, and then you stand across from them in the ring, they might just subliminally let you win. I'm not saying anybody in the UFC would do that, but I'm just saying if someone comes in on fire like that, then I've seen fighters come into the UFC on fire.
Right.
What's the one guy? I think Chimaev, the Russian guy. He's on fire. He fights, and then he fights again. 2 fights in a row. No one's ever done it before. He's fighting all the time. He's looking for his next fight. It's intimidating. Nobody wants to fight him because he's on a roll. You know, once you're on a roll, if you can show people that you're on a roll, that you have this much momentum behind you, it's hard to beat someone like that.